Grace. Oh, my Grace. Grace. Oh, my Grace. Grace. Oh, my Grace. Gracie. Gracie face. Hi, Butchie. Hi. Hi, my bubbies. Hi, my bubbies. Yeah. Grace. Oh, my Grace. Hi, my love. Hi. Hi, my love. What up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We've been up since about 7. But I just now turned on the camera. I've been looking at a few things today, and I just had a quick little something I wanted to say. I was looking, and I just showed you guys my baby and her hair, and it got me to thinking about all this mess that's been going on with Blue Ivy's hair being combed in this petition and all this stuff. I am not a huge Beyonce stan or anything, so I'm not like, oh, you know, Blue Ivy bathes in diamonds and I don't know. I'm not that person. But I do think that a lot of times we don't allow little black girls to just live. I think that we come from the time they come out of the womb, we're trying to tame their hair. We're trying to see if they're going to have quote unquote, you know, good hair and all this different stuff. And we always feel like our hair has to be done and presentable and tamed and all of that. And you guys know, like most of the time with Gracie's hair, I'll slap a headband on it and walk out the door with her little afro out. On Sundays, I do put in her little ponytails for church, but that's like the only day that I actually will do so because she's a baby. And just like Blue Ivy's a baby. In the picture, it looked like she had just woken up, which was like one side of her hair was like smushed. And so I understand. And in the whole photo, it was like everybody was chilling. Like Beyonce had on a hoodie and some shades. Jay had on like a regular old t-shirt. Like they was chilling that day. And if you had cameras following you around 24/7, guarantee there are going to be some times where your baby's hair is not going to be combed. And my baby is only 8 months old, going on 9 months, and she is a straight up jitterbug. Just imagine once she starts walking and is a toddler like Blue Ivy. Do you know how difficult it is to make a little child sit still and put ponytails in their hair? I think that people are saying a lot of criticism because, you know, they feel like Beyonce has weave and all this, and she pays all this money for her hair weave, and her baby's hair is not combed. But I think that we look at her hair weave as like, well, that's acceptable. But the fact is, Blue Ivy has kinky, coily hair, and her hair is, when it's not combed or undone, it looks like it's all over her head, which is how our hair grows out of our head. I'm not mad at them for leaving our hair natural. I'm glad that they don't have her walking around with a weave or box braids or something, and she's only 2, which we have seen black folks do because they don't know what to do with their child head, even at 2 years old. No, baby. I'm not mad at them for letting her hair just be and letting Blue Ivy live. I do think that there is texture discrimination going on in the fact that, like when Halle Berry's baby was younger, her hair was always all over her head. But since she's half white, or a quarter white, since Halle's half, you know, nobody said anything because she has quote unquote, you know, softer hair, ringlets, loose texture, whatever, even though her hair was always all over her head. Nobody was making petitions, and every time Halle's baby came out in public, nobody was saying anything. But Blue Ivy has kinky, coily, black hair for sure, and people are mad at that. and you cannot be mad that this baby is living her life, like, and her mother and father are letting her live. Like, just let the baby live. If they want to let her hair just breathe, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I do that with my baby, where it's not combed some days, because I don't want to put a whole bunch of tension and stress on her hair. That's how a lot of these babies' hair be coming out so early, because you 6 months old, you trying to put ponytails and rubber bands. But anyway, I think that there is some texture discrimination going on with the fact that people are always saying, why Blue Ivy, blah 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 blah. They do her hair, but at the time when the picture was taken, her hair, she had probably just woken up, and let that baby be. Let her be. The only other thing I was looking at in the news today was there was a man who rescued a baby off a highway. It's a black guy, and he was a mechanic, and he was, I guess, towing a car, picking up a car, and he saw this baby like off in the ditch somewhere, and the baby had wandered away. It was a 15-month-old baby. So anyway, the headline on CNN or whatever says, ex-con saves baby, whatever. Why he gotta be an ex-con? And he did say in the interview that he had spent time in the penitentiary for manufacturing cocaine, I believe, but he has since changed his life around. He's paid his debt to society, and I feel like a lot of times in the news, it's such I feel like it's such a draw to vilify blackness. And yes, the man has, distributed cocaine before, manufactured cocaine before, and all this stuff. But since he's a mechanic, he seems to be well put together. He seems to have turned his life around. And I don't feel like it's fair for the news people to label him as an ex-con. And I know they were trying to make it like a redemption story. But a lot of these people who manufacture drugs and do all of these different things, they're not, cold-hearted, no baby, no, they're not villains and people with no kind of. So anyway, what I was saying is, a lot of these people who have been convicted of these different drug crimes are not people who have these really big gaps in their morality and such, like they're just cold-hearted and wouldn't save a baby on the side of the street. It's just that they have made some bad decisions, but I don't believe that they should be judged for those bad decisions for the rest of their lives if they have turned themselves around. And so I feel like it's wrong for them to demonize him as a black man. Even though he's done something good, they still have to put the label ex-con on him. I don't feel like that's fair, and I feel like the news cycle people need to get their life together and stop demonizing and vilifying blackness. I'm not going to go into the whole, black men are arrested at higher rates for these drug crimes and given more prison time than white folks, white men. We're not going to get into that today because that's a whole other thing. But I'm just saying, don't demonize him and don't vilify him. News cycle, get your life and quit demonizing blackness in whatever form, whether it's a little black girl or whether it's a black man trying to get his life together and making up for his past mistakes. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say today. Peace.